I'll tell you what happened. That Anthony Maguire fella, he went, this is what they hid in the court. This is what they hid in the court. Anthony Maguire went to a solicitor or a lawyer in New York and told them, he says, listen, I don't want to have any more to do with this. I don't know anything about the Aaron Brady case. The guards put me under severe duress to make a statement. This was read out in court in front of the judge. And the prosecutor...
And the judge
still allowed the whole case to go on and never questioned it. If I was to get you that lawyer's name, Ronan, would you go to him and make a statement?
Yeah, I'd do it, yeah.
Yeah, well, I'll get you that lawyer.
That is the voice, and those are the words of a man, Ronan Flynn, whom this lawyer here told the court on 2 occasions, and in particular, as recently as the 28th of April this year, told the Irish judicial system that Ronan Flynn was a critical witness. Ronan Flynn was critical to the case against Aaron Brady. Now, we've already proven in part 1 of my conversation with Ronan that this man here, Mark Phillips, is exactly as we portray him, a liar and a man who has committed perjury on numerous occasions in the Irish judicial system. This man here is responsible for the framing of our son Aaron Brady. This man here is solely responsible at the head of the pyramid for the desecration of the memory of Detective Guard Adrian Donoghue. And we are going to continue to show that, and we're going to continue to show how he manipulated and coerced people into making false statements. Now, in that little clip you've heard myself speaking to Ronan Flynn, we spoke about Anthony Maguire and how Anthony Maguire, he too went to a lawyer in New York, got his lawyer in New York to send a letter to the Irish judicial system, and in particular to this criminal here, Mark Phillips, that he was put under severe duress to give a statement, and he didn't want to have anything more to do with the Aaron Brady case. Now, I have asked Ronan, and we have spoken about this numerous times, myself and Ronan, for Ronan to do the right thing and come forward and tell the truth about how he was treated by this man here and his cohorts, the likes of Paul Gill and Pat Marry and Jim McGovern. And we will continue to ask Ronan Flynn and his family to come forward, because Ronan is going to tell us in his own words, has told us in his own words, has told us in voice messages and in text messages exactly what was done to him. You heard Ronan say there, I will go to the lawyer, I will help. And you will hear as we go through that because of poor follow-up by Aaron's legal team at the time, this is the reason why Ronan didn't come before the court to tell the truth about the corruption and collusion. So we're going to continue to listen to the Ronan's conversation with me, and you'll see how even Ronan is amazed at how the courts in Ireland, and you heard him there say, and the judge allowed that to continue after reading out Anthony Maguire's letter that he was put under duress, and the judge just allowed the court to continue. Molly Stone, who was attacked during her testimony by an unknown male, and Judge Michael White allowed the court to continue. But let's continue now to listen to Ronan Flynn's story and what actually happened to him under duress by this man here, Detective Mark Phillips.
Now, you're not in contact with Anthony Maguire or Dano or anything. Did you know them? No, or Christopher Morton?
I know them from here, so we had a fucking fight with them after they broke into our house. We went down over to their house and was going to break into their house and battered them.
Yeah.
They fucking destroyed our front door and we had to buy a new door.
That's right. Yeah. You see, Cahill, that was the night, and the problem why Dara, our legal team, didn't get back on to you, Ronan. They came in very late, and they're a wonderful legal team, and they really wanted to bring all the American witnesses forward, but they were under so much pressure, so much time, and to be perfectly honest, the Danny McNamee and Neil Manley had done so much damage with our barristers that the barristers took a long time to start working with our new solicitors. I know it's very complicated, but that's exactly what happened. If we had to have another 3 weeks, I have no doubt our new legal team.
I was ready and all. I was like, all right, then on. They were like, we're gonna take you meet in New York, and you're gonna give us the statement there, and we'll record it, and then we'll take it back to the court. I said, that's fine, and nobody ever got back to me since.
Yeah.
That's been 2 years ago now.
Yeah, well, we were...
Once again, you hear there that everything we have said in Aaron's campaign always comes back round and is always backed up, and it is always the truth we move forward with. I've asked Ronan, does he know Dano, Anthony Maguire and them? And he said, of course he knows them. They're the people, these bastards, as he says, that broke into our house and attacked Aaron. And I explained to him, Daniel Cahill denied that happened in a court of law. And there's it there from the horse's mouth. Ronan was there that night that Aaron was attacked. And as we have explained, Ronan drove Aaron down to Daniel Cahill's house to retrieve his work phone. And we've gone into great detail about how Daniel Cahill, at the start of his testimony, knew nothing about this assault, knew nothing about the attack, knew nothing about kicking in Aaron's door. And yet, by the end of his questioning, he knew who had the phone, he negotiated and brokered the return of the phone. So something he knew nothing about, it was obvious the man was telling a tissue of lies. And Daniel Cahill's as big a scumbag and as big a liar as this man here. The two of them are extremely well matched. Ronan also tells us that he was ready to go to court. He had been told by Aaron's initial legal team that they were going to go take a statement from him and bring it back to the court here in Ireland. That never happened. It never materialised because Aaron's first legal team eventually admitted to us that they weren't an investigative solicitors and they weren't going to be able to do that work. And on the changeover of solicitors midstream, it was impossible for the new solicitors firm to take on board everything that had gone before in the months and months before and prepare for the months ahead and what was happening immediately. So it's very hard to study what has happened in the immediate past when you are trying to study for what is coming in the immediate future. So that is what happened in May 2020. And that is how Ronan slipped through the net when he tells us there, I was ready to go to court, take a statement in New York and take the statement back to the court here in Ireland. So that makes every word that came out of this man's mouth on the 15th of April 2024 and on the 25th of April or 28th of April 2025, every word is a lie. It's as simple as that. And we have been vindicated again from telling exactly what happened with Daniel Cahill and Aaron. And it makes Daniel Cahill's testimony not worth the paper it's written on. It's, in fact, it's a total perjury. And we have proven that on numerous occasions. Just two more very quick clips from the phone call, and that'll be the end of part 2. So let's listen to Ronan reveal more of what happened with Phillips and Gill.
Like I'd have to say, and then Aaron done so well on the stand. Like Aaron more or less destroyed the prosecution, and we were nearly sure. We were sure up until the week before he was found guilty. We were sure he was getting out because the whole thing was just a circus. Yeah. We showed pictures of Daniel Cahill with
my sister was telling me everything, like all the crap that happens over there. That's pure bullshit. She told me, she was the one, she's like, look, I'll try and get Tony Brady's number for you. And I tried. Then I was calling Mickey, and Mickey was fucking away here and away there.
Yeah, right. Mickey's all over the place.
And then I remembered Joe added me way back on Instagram. Like, fuck it, let me go see where that woman's name is. Like,
good man. Yeah. And come here.
Now, that clip you've just listened to is vitally important to the whole scenario and the whole narrative created by the DPP, Mark Phillips, Brendan Graham, and in particular Lorcan Stain, because they've said we've intimidated Ronan Flynn and Ronan Flynn's family. But Ronan Flynn tells us there very clearly that he was looking for my number and we do have, and I have shown it to you on a number of occasions, I'll bring it up here, Ronan Flynn's first contact with Aaron's sister, my daughter Lorraine, tell your dad to call me. So we never contacted him, he contacted us, and he tells us there again, part of his family, his sister, he was asking his sister to try and find my telephone number so he could contact us. So this whole proclamation by this man on these 2 dates is false, is lies, and he knows it. And the Irish judicial system knows it, and the people who are pushing his story, Lorcan Stain in particular now at the moment, and Brendan Graham, it is clear for them to see that the story they are portraying is total lies. And they know Mark Phillips is a liar, and they are prosecuting his lies. And those false narratives are framing our son. So just going to listen to one more clip quickly, and then we'll do part 3 of the call in the next video. But let's have a quick listen to the last little clip here.
Which of the detectives was telling you what to say? Which of them put pressure on you? Who was it with you?
Paul, and what the fuck's his name?
Oh, Paul Gill, is it? He has the boy that interviewed you, isn't it? Yeah, Paul Gill.
Paul Gill and the fella that's over him. What the fuck is the fella over?
Phillips. Yeah. I think he's in your interview. See, I had all them interviews, but they took them off me.
You seen in the video they cover their own arse. They're like, and you're telling us this because you want to tell us this. Like, you swear I walked in off the street. Like.
Well, that's what they told. I promise you, Ronan, that's what the prosecution said, that all these people in America came forward off their own bat. They were good citizens, and they wanted to see justice for the Donoghue family.
That's pure fucking Kanye.
So in this part of the conversation we have with Ronan, he even admits that in the video and the way it was portrayed, the video of, and when Ronan was given the statement to Phillips and Gill, the statement he was forced to give and tell lies, he even says it there that he was made to look like he walked in off the street, and that he had come forward for some sort of empathy towards Adrian Donoghue's family. And what we know, and what we'll do is we'll just look at this one more time. This is Pat Murray. There's Pat Murray.
The word spread. Irish cops were in town. Witnesses were found who had crucial evidence in the case.
There was approximately 5 persons who came forward with information in where they stated that Aaron Brady had mentioned he was the one who shot the guard.
On prime time, I think it was RTE prime time, telling us that approximately 5 people came forward. He didn't even know how many people came forward, so it's proof positive that he was making stuff up. But nobody came forward. Everyone was arrested. Everyone had skin in the game, and everyone had a reason to tell lies to protect themselves. And it's quite obvious from what Ronan's telling us, totally contradicts what Pat Murray went on TV and told the Irish public. It totally contradicts what Mark Phillips and Lorcan Stain and Brendan Graham portrayed in the Irish courtroom, that these people in some way had come forward and because of some conscience or some form of empathy towards the Donoghue family. Nothing could be further from the truth. I'm just going to play just one last little very short clip, and because I want to go back to a text message we have from Ronan, and this confirms exactly what Ronan has told us all along. So very quick listen to this clip here.
Yeah, I didn't know you had the video of your arrest. I did see, I think it must be Mickey showed me that you said the way they came in and they threw you on the ground and everything, didn't they?
Yeah, you'd swear I was El Chapo's son.
Fucking hell.
Fuck, the way that, I swear to God, me there fucking at work and I lost that job, of course, you know.
Yeah.
So those few words from Ronan confirm that Pat Murray is a liar, confirms that Mark Phillips is lying, total liar, and their story is completely false. And we're just going to have a look at the text message there again. Right, let's stop that. Get the text message. Right. So the reason I just wanted to listen to that last very, very short clip from Ronan is, if we follow on from a text message he sent, Ronan himself sent, and you can see it here, they arrested me at my job in front of a whole bar full of people. I lost my job that day. So everything Ronan has told us continuously has focused on his arrest at his work at a bar that day. Totally contradicts the narrative given by this man here. Totally contradicts it. We'll first finish it. Held me handcuffed with 7 carloads of police, told me I was going home, I'll never see my wife and child again. Some bullshit about Tommy Eccles' case that was fake paper, kept me handcuffed to the side of the cell, busted into my house with no warrant to search it, and made an example of me over here. Took my interview for 10 years, green card, and after that, because I told them when I got a lawyer, I want the statement taken off it, as it was a forced fake statement. The guard basically wrote it himself, and so for that, they took my file from immigration because I wouldn't help them with the AB case. That's the Aaron Brady case. I was trying to expose them. So we can see that Ronan is continually on the edge here of coming forward, doing the right thing. As I explained in part 1 of video part 1 in relation to this telephone conversation with Ronan. Ronan has a very difficult scenario insofar as he is told lies to protect himself. And it is difficult to come forward, put your hands up and say, I made up these lies. I was coerced into telling these lies to save my own skin. So we will continue to ask Ronan, with the help of his family, to come forward, tell the truth, and prove these people are liars. Exactly what we have said from day one. And we must continue with our campaign until Ronan and other people come forward. And if Ronan comes forward and breaks that seal, we have other people who will confirm what happened the night of Daniel Cahill, Anthony Maguire, Ado Kearns and Davy Cushion attacking Aaron, which will render Daniel Cahill's testimony false, and it is perjury. And therefore the case against Aaron collapses, because it has been orchestrated and Aaron has been framed by this man here and his cohorts. So we'll be looking at the third little part of our conversation with Ronan, which again will continue. Each and every paragraph we can prove to be lies, we can prove to be false. So thank you for watching. Please like, comment and share. We've been very heavily censored. Keep saying it, but we have to drive that home. We need help getting Aaron's story out there and keeping the pressure on the authorities to do the right thing. So thank you all, and we'll see you all again in the next video. Thank you.